next thing I'm going to use is actually a orbital sander. Like this. And I'm going to use a fairly coarse sandpaper. I got this surface pretty good. Now this surface already looks good, so I'm still gonna hit it with the belts or the orbital sander. As you can see, I pretty much have a good even finish along the surfaces. So now it's on to hand sanding. Now it is on to hand sanding. You want to avoid dropping it. This time I got lucky. But the last thing you want to do is create more dings to polish out. Camera might have moved a little on me. So now for hand sanding, I like to make a little kit. You want different grits of sandpaper from 150 down to 600. And you want different sanding blocks, just wood and dowel, just scraps. Different flexibilities, different thicknesses. So what you want to start, and something to note, when you cut your sandpaper up into little pieces like this, if it doesn't have what the grit is on, make sure you write it, or you're going to get a bunch of pieces of sandpaper that you don't know what the grit is. So I'll start with 150 grit paper, and that's not quite flexible enough. For doing this surface, I want something that's fairly flexible. So in this case, if it's not flexible enough, I can just quickly carve it a bit. I'll use the other one. I should put this in a vise and do this. That should do the trick. hope I don't seem too unorthodox. I'm just kind of working and filming and trying to show you guys a little bit. Now that has a nice flex to it, so I can flex it around the butt plate. Like I said, I'll start with 150. Now when I sand this one, I'm going to go from here to here, so from this corner to this corner, and you'll see why shortly. And when I do the 220, instead of going this corner, I'm going to do the opposite and go this corner to this corner. And once I see all the marks are gone, going this way, I know I'm ready to move on to the next grit. And you can just roll your paper around to get some fresh grit and do different parts of the sanding pad. And you want to bend it when you're doing a curved surface like this. Now, if you have a buffer, which I do, and I'll be showing you that, you're now ready to buff. You can go to 600, and if you don't have a buffer, then you go 600, 800 in crocus paper. Again, that would be like take you an extra hour. But right now, I'm probably good to start using the buffer. And honestly, depending on the finish, some of you might be happy with that finish there. You know, it's personal preference. In this case, I'm going to buff it. Or it's personal preference, or the preference, if it's for someone else, their preference on it. And now I'm going to move on to buffing. I just have a simple 6-inch grinder with a buffing wheel. I got this brown compound at the local hardware store that's made for brass. Add a little bit to it. catch. This isn't too bad, but on a thinner butt plate, it could potentially cut the buffing wheel. So you always want the edge facing down. Lightly with your hand, get any buffing compound off of it. As you can see, you have a nice mirror finish, nice shiny butt plate. Again, sometimes, like if you're using it as a hunting gun, you might not want this because this could scare stuff away. But there you can see it's a beautiful polished butt plate. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And like I said, normally I would have done all surfaces, and I'll go back and get this surface looking like this. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe for more great content, and check out our Instagram page at @SquirrelTailShow.